get on to business. So, I have actually sat on him. He's ticking all the right boxes for me. He's ready to roll. Apart from one thing I'm not happy with. So we're going to show this little thing. Because 90% of the time, the bending, they're usually good at bending, okay? And I remember this when he came last year. His bending was not very good. And it's nothing really, I think it's a physical thing for him. So this is why I'm going to go on to it. So why do we need the bending? I need his neck bent in the side pull or the halter for when it's my break initially. So when I get on, I need to, because he doesn't really understand what I'm going to be doing in the saddle, although I've given him as much training on the ground for my cues that I'm going to use in the saddle as I possibly can. When I get into the saddle, some quickly relate those cues and put that puzzle together, some don't, okay? So with him, what he does, he seems a really quiet, cool guy, and he is. But the problem is he shuts off mentally when you start putting a bit of pressure on him, which some people will find that brilliant because he's not going to run off the buck and do anything silly. But it's actually really hard for me when I get him to move forward in the saddle for the first couple of rides, which we're going to put the first ride on him today. He's happy for me to get on him, but I need him mentally present with me. So what he does is he just sort of ends up falling asleep and mentally shutting off. But I need this bend in him, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to bend his head. I'm going to ask him to move forward and give me the hind, because that's my break, basically. It's my one line stop that I need to put on him first before anything. So I need him bending left and right, first of all, really well, which he doesn't do. So let's have a look at him. He's out in the field, so, he's not stabled. No one gets stabled here. So I'm going to ask him. I have been working on this. He had yesterday off. There, good boy. So I asked him, he leant on me a little bit, and then he gave. I always want 90 degrees when I bend them. But for him, I will be lucky if I get 45 degrees. So why am I saying that? That's my 90 degrees. So that's my 180. Okay, so here's a circle here. That's cut in half. When I want 90, I want his head coming about here, like a quarter of my pie. But I will just settle for, at the moment, 45 degrees, which is about there. Okay, so let's see. This is his hardest side. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'd like a little bit more. Thank you. There we go. But what was happening initially, and I'll put a little clip in it, when I asked him for this, he would just root his eye, especially on this side, would not even look at me when I'm here. It would be over there, and that just indicates to me that his mind is over there. So we're going to try and bend him here, but he's really, really heavy. All he's doing is leaning. So I've got to get to this fender, hold my thing, because I need to stop leaning on that. His eyes are locked. Oh, there we go. We've got a lick and a chew. That's it. So we released off there. That's better. That's what I'm waiting for. There we go. Had a little yawn there. And here, I want a bit more bend in him, but I don't want him pulling on me like that. He's pulling on me at the moment. Okay, there's a blink. But you see how his eye and his ear is over there to where Money Pit is, or the field up there. He's not with me mentally here. I want to blink. The ear's coming. Okay, but see how he's just frozen and still leaning on this. And this is what we need to work on, because I can't get on him till he bends his head in a relaxed manner. See, he's just shutting off. That is just completely shut. There we go. Right. So my job is just to wait. It's not about getting harder. Good boy, I know. But then he would just almost go to sleep, and he'd just completely lean on me. So I spent a day or two when he first came, in the first couple of sessions, of, again, like we do in the saddle, I'm going to pretend this is my rein. That's why I always have it up here with my left hand. So I'm going to reach for him. So again, I'm reaching for him. His ear's there. He's looking over there. 1, 2, 3. I'm not pulling, I'm waiting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's 9. It came a little bit. But he's still looking over there. His mind is over there. We might bump him a little bit. Okay, so just about got off 45 degrees. It's not as heavy as it was, but it's not, yes sir, I'll come round for you. He's not connecting to me, he's heavy. He's better this side. That's better. There we go. We almost got to the 90 then. But instead of me dragging him, so what most trainers, I'm assuming, would do, if they're not into this sort of relationship training and mental puzzle training, as I like to call it, the new school training, is they'd go wham, wham, wham. Okay? Respect my rating. But with him, he would just shut off and then he'd get heavier. So again, he is heavy this side, but he is trying a lot more. So I'm bumping him a little bit, but again, look at my rhythmic bumps to bring him. So I don't want him leaning on this side. But I just don't like his eye. It's just not with me. So then you can see here, he was better this side. That's better. So he came a lot better there. But this side really needs work on.
He's got a fly on his side. So let's see. He's flicking his tail to get it. He's obviously looking at it on his side, but he's not actually going to get it with his nose. And this is all stuff I'm observing with him. There's lots of flies when we zoom into the face. There's quite a few flies today. But again, this is just a typical one that's showing me that he's not, if there's a fly on one of his belly, he will reach round and flick it off with his nose. But he just moves his feet, shakes his head and flicks his tail. He's not bending round with his nose to get it off his rib cage. So again, just another indication here that, he's probably struggling to bend round. But he's growing, so I have to give him that. But that's why I've got to help him and not push him too far, because if I pulled his neck around and he pulled a muscle, it's not going to help me at all. There we go, look, see? He went to look round there, but the bend isn't coming past the point. He's not really coming to that 90 degree himself. Let's see, I'm waiting for him to do something. See, he's trying to get it with his leg. Let's see what he does now. It's going to be interesting. I'm shaking his body instead. So again, observing is always very useful.
So I got a lip part, and this is what I'm going to do, because if he's tight in his neck and he physically can't bend, so this is the second time I've done this with him, and that is, but you see how he's really struggling there? He's lifting it now. Good. Good. Good boy. We like that, hey? Let's try this side. Good. When I first did this with him, what he would do, he did for like a whole, it seemed like ages, was back up. See him backing up? If we're doing twist and Tucker's method, we'd be doing it like this. Like that. Good boy. But this needs to be better for me. Because remember, I'm on my own now. I've got no one helping me. He's got to help me. So I've got to help him to help me, basically. So this side, let's try this again. Hello. Now watch the ears. I'm watching his eye. I'm watching his ears. He's leaning on me, so I'm going to bump him up a little bit. Okay, the ear. See the ear coming? Again, it was better that first time. You're getting better, not worse. Okay, where's that ear? Where's that ear? Okay, that's better. Yeah. Good boy. Again, that's an okay. I can work with that. It's this I cannot work with at the moment. Oh, there's the ear. I like that. Again, I'm 100% aware of what he's doing. Because what I don't like is when I bend him down around to this side and his attention is forward, not on me at all. So what I'm rewarding is any flicks of the ear to that side like that, or any looks at me when I'm bending his head round. Because at the moment, I'm bending, he's leaning on my hand, and he's zoning out over there, which is where mentally he wants to be.